Well, good morning, everybody. I decided since I actually get the day off that I might actually, get a little more of my morning routine since I'm able to delay my routine till after dark, or well, after daylight. Most days I have to wait till I have to start before it's daylight because the days are getting shorter and I've got to get to work early. I might be a little too late for it, but I'm really hoping that I can catch my little rooster trying to crow this morning on camera. Because usually in the mornings, he's crowing when he sees me as opposed to crowing when it's daylight. And I heard him this morning when I took the dog out trying to crow, so I'm hoping he'll do it again when he sees me with the food. Lately I've been using this organic chick starter grower from Nature's Best. So far I've had pretty good luck with it. And for my big chickens I'm using their layer crumbles. And so far no complaints. I think they've got a good balance of price and value, especially for organic feeds. And so I like this one. I've also got some grit, which is, for this bag it's crushed granite. I usually give a little bit of that to my chickens because, especially I can't really call them baby chicks anymore, but especially the little chicks, their area isn't exactly dirt and they don't really have much of a spot to get access to gravel and things. So I'll spread a little bit of that in their food every couple of days just to give them something to help grind down their food with. And eventually, hopefully I'll get some more, get a little bit better system. So I'd like to actually give it to them like free choice, but I don't have enough containers to really do that right now. I did end up getting access to the mulch, which is pretty fantastic. But once I started doing the math, I realized I ran into a bit of an issue. My intention was to take my tractor out and scoop it up because they actually got a chip drop, which is a company that will bring you chips from like wood chips, from different tree trimming jobs and things. And so my intention was to actually go pick that up today, and I'm still hoping to do that. But when you do the math, they bring anywhere from 10 to 20 yards of mulch, and it's been dry, so hopefully that mulch won't weigh a lot. But even still, it's probably 2,000 to 3,000 pounds worth of mulch that I'm going to pick up. Well, I've got a 7,000 pound trailer, had a 4,000 pound tractor, and I've got 2,000 to 3,000 pounds worth of mulch to pick up. And so my plan originally was to load the mulch on the trailer and park the tractor back on the trailer and bring it all home. Good morning, ladies. Good morning. The thing is with that trailer though, is like most 20-foot utility trailers, puts a lot of weight to the front. And in order for me to get the mulch and the tractor on the trailer, we're talking about putting all that weight of the mulch up on the front, which means I'm going to be putting 2,000 to 3,000 pounds on the front of that trailer. So even if it weighs little enough for me to get the tractor and the mulch on the trailer, I'm gonna have well in exceeding of 1,000 pounds out on the tongue, which I can't do because I have a half-ton pickup truck and my weight limit is roughly 750 to 800 pounds. So I can't do that. Hi, buddy. You getting ready for school?
That side.
You want to sit on this side?
Yeah. That one?
Yeah.
Oh, that one?
He's got his car.
Tire.
He's got his cars.
Hey, be quiet.
Well, that's not very
Ready
nice.
for bike day.
You getting ready for bike day at school?
It's the day.
Is it today?
Days
Are you excited?
On your bottom.
I help you out, buddy. You gonna have a good day?
Yeah.
Hey,
Don't lie.
hey Noah.
Don't run.
Hey, can you say hi to Grammy?
Hi, Remy.
She'll be watching this video when.
Eden, can you say hi to Grammy?
Hi, Remy.
Say we love you.
We love you. Love you.
I've been doing a lot of thinking the last, week or so about what to do to plan for my garden next year. Because as far as I know, there's not really a good, well, there is a good spot. There's no existing, areas where the last owners might have had a garden, which kind of surprises me because I've found, wild stuff like this all over the place, but none of it seems to be, anywhere that makes any sense for an actual garden. And so I've been, planning from, I guess a couple months now since I've had the chickens over here that this area here might be my garden. And then I also got to, thinking about potentially trying to do, in conjunction with that, some raised flower beds. So I think I'm gonna buy a couple of those large, steel galvanized coated flower beds and put them out here. And then maybe I can do some starts in that. I can actually maybe start them in the flower beds and then transplant some of the stuff. And then hopefully maybe plant like marigolds and lavender and some of the stuff that'll help keep some of the bugs out and go from there. But either way, I'd really, really hoping that I get an opportunity to work on that stuff. And this week is my week of planning. Since I'm out of work, we got fall break. This will be probably the last week of, good consistent sunlight for a couple hours during the day. I got to get some work done. All right, let's see if we can get that rooster to make some noise for some food. Good morning, ladies. Plus one. They're itching to get out. I usually have them already out by now. Freedom! They know where the food is, they go straight for it. Look how big they're getting. It's nice and chilly out this morning. Not too bad. I think we're in the upper 40s. And yesterday we actually got up almost, well, we were in the upper 80s. I think it was like 87 degrees here yesterday, which is really high for this area. But then the weather was saying that we're supposed to get down into the mid 30s like tomorrow night. And so, yeah, the weather out in this area is very temperamental and we get a lot of swings. So we can be summer weather one day and a day or two later, we're literally getting into frost weather. And we weren't really slated to have our first frost for a couple more weeks. So, not that I have any gardens or anything to worry about right now. It's something in this area that I have to be very cautious of if I want to try to grow stuff late in the season. All right, little ones. Well, I'll see you later. My only concern this year with an early frost is my volunteer pumpkin. I've got one growing in there really well, and I've got a couple others trying, but I'm afraid that it's just not going to get anywhere significant before that frost. So I'm really hoping that this will at least produce one or two for the kids to play with, especially since it was kind of a little experiment with them and letting them watch it grow from just a random seed on the ground to this. I'd really hate to see it not, produce at least a little bit before winter. But, nature is what it is. I gotta get those leaves out of the back there. Starting to get a little bit of that white mildewy mess on them. All right, good morning, Twinkle. How we doing, buddy? I know. You ready to get out? I'm here to get you out. So we've had to create a little Fort Knox for him because he gets out quite a bit. And he gets anxious. And I don't blame him. I wouldn't necessarily want to be in there all the time. But, oh. Well, buddy, you got a little extra food here to come clean up. Come on out. Come on out. I'll get you some food. So, here the last couple days, I've been starting to try and transition him into being outside a little more. If I can get that to stay there. And with that, he's starting to get a little more freedom out here. Anyways, he's still just a kitten, so I don't want to put him outside before he's ready. But at the same time, he deserves to be out and about, roaming around more than he does get inside. So, my brother bought him a toy, and he loves it too. Come on out here, buddy. We're gonna get you some food and water set up. Well, actually, give me this. Hey there, buddy. Yeah, I got your food. Looky here. Look at him go. All right, buddy. I'm gonna go get your water. I gotta clean out your bowl. Might as well do that out here. So my hopes with Twinkle, there you go, buddy, is that as he's getting a little more used to being outside, that he'll have a little more freedom, be able to enjoy himself a little more. He's definitely getting too big to be locked up all the time. I want to start getting him acclimated out here so that he can kind of get used to, the different sounds and dangers and stuff of being outside as opposed to in the house. And he's a lot less likely to tear something up out here, which is good for both me and him. So good news, my buddy is able to help me out today. So he's got a dump trailer and he's gonna meet me over at this house to get that mulch. So I gotta get ready and I've gotta get the tractor loaded up. But first I gotta get the bush hog off of it. And I had some stuff I forgot it was in the back of the truck that I need to get dumped out in the barn. So I'm gonna try and get all that stuff knocked out real quick. And then I realized I have a little less than half a tank of diesel in this thing and none in the gas can. So I gotta get this trailer hooked up soon. I gotta get going here before long. So I'm gonna hurry up and get this trailer hooked up, get the tractor loaded up, and that way I'll be ready to go once they're ready for me. Alright, we got it hooked up. I just gotta get this stuff cleaned off since I'm not gonna be loading the mulch on it. I'll finish building the little brackets and stuff for it later. So I'm gonna toss that stuff off. the tractor loaded. All right, finally got her loaded. I gotta get it strapped down and we'll be ready to go. All right, I think that's a little better. I shifted it just a little bit further forward and I think that's sitting better. And you can tell on that pivot point, I really think that's a little bit better. So I'm gonna get her strapped down and we'll be ready to roll. There we are, and there we have it. Got her all locked down in the front. Got her all locked down back here in the rear. Put the ramps up and we're ready to roll. And just in time, so I got about 30 minutes or so to spare. So, what you doing over there, Twinkle? He's been out here hunting crickets just like he was in the house. He might not ever be a mouse hunter, but he's definitely a cricket hunter. It's funny, when we first moved in, we did literally hear crickets all the time. And since he's been here, I don't think we hear crickets anymore in the basement, like at all, which is kind of funny. All right, so we made it back. We've actually been back for a little while, but it was nice visiting with somebody. I don't get to see him all that often. But here we are. Take you guys over here and show you the load. So the people that I went and picked this up from, they got a full load from Chip Drop. And just as a reference, they were able to do their whole garden, which is about 8 or 10 raised flower beds. Their chicken run, which is maybe about half the size of this netted area. And they did it looked like about 4 inches deep. And they mulched around all of the landscaping on their house and still had all of this. So they had a ton. And about a third more of this is still there because we couldn't fit it even on the dump trailer that we took up there. So that's a lot. Check out Chip Drop. You know, I'm not endorsed or anything like that, but I've signed up for them. I think I just lived too far out for them to bring it, and so I just went and picked up leftover Chip Drop. So if you live in an area that's maybe not too far from town, I think that'd be an easy, good way of getting free chips. Since the sun's starting to go down, I'm gonna try to go ahead and get the tractor off the trailer, get my trailer moved around, and then if I've got any daylight left, I'm gonna go try and dump a little bit of these wood chips over into the chicken's pen. That way they'll have something to go ahead and play in a little bit this evening. So we're gonna hurry up and get to work.
Noah's going for a ride. Say oh boy.
Say hi.
Mwah. I love you.
All right, we're gonna go dump some wood chips.
Go have fun. Oh, don't do that now. Let me move first. The chickens are running away. think Noah's loving it. The kids just love riding on the tractor with Daddy. Okay, now it's Sissy's turn. Sissy's turn. Bye. So we gotta take turns. That's the nice thing about the tractor. It's very useful, but it's kids' entertainment. And this is our fall break, the beginning, start of it. So why not get on the tractor? You're working hard, good. Here they go. They're going to work over here. They're excited about their new mulch.
Watch out!
Yeah,
Watch
look
out,
at 'em.
Mommy!
They're getting big. The kids sure love being outside. And moving here has really helped them have some neat opportunities that we didn't get previously at our last house. What do you think, Noah? Yeah. Let's see where they're gonna take it. We'll let them keep working for a little bit. It's getting big. It's not ready yet, though. It's still green in there.
We don't have one of those trees.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's going to be a big pumpkin. That's not one of the little ones like we thought. That's a big pumpkin.
It's going to be a big one, which is good.
I don't know. Some of these I don't think are going to take. That might literally be the only one we get off of here, even though there's quite a few more.
But that's okay.
All right, now that we got the mulch in here, there's no turning back now. This will be the future home of the garden. And if Eden takes a liking to the garden, we might call it Eden's Garden or the Garden of Eden. But this is where it's going to be. Look at these guys getting to work already. It's amazing how quickly they'll jump in and just start scratching and spreading and moving. Look at that. Now I just got to figure out what I'm going to do with the rest of this. I might cover it. I think what I'm going to do with this is, since I've never had a garden in here before, I'm going to let these guys scratch and spread it out. And then when I get them moved out of here, I may see if I can't plow this in and turn it. See if I can either get somebody to bring a plow over, or see if I can get my grandfather's. I'm gonna turn the ground once, let all this in, and then let it sit over the winter. I think is my plan. So we're gonna let these guys do some work. Let you girls go. You guys are having a heyday, aren't you? Look at that. Get fertilizer from one. The other one's eating grass. That's free food right there. That's good stuff. Free food from them eating the grass. Free fertilizer from them pooping in it. Free labor because they're scratching. Like, it just doesn't get better than that. Chickens are the workaholics around here. And the work to upkeep them is pretty minimal. Like, seriously, chickens are some of the easiest things, I think, to raise. And I'd like to point out that since these guys came outside, I have not one time had to clean up after them. Not once. So that is a huge win. All right, well, since I sat around talking a little bit too long earlier, I'm behind on my evening stuff. So I better get it wrapped up, say goodnight, and hopefully I'll be able to actually film a little bit more this week since we're out and we're gonna go have some fun with the kids. So in the meantime, have a good night.